Good morning, students and staff. Hope you had a great weekend, a little snowy, and are ready for a great week of school. This morning we're broadcasting to you from Mrs. Ronger's Star Reading Room, where some of you go for help with reading. And a few announcements to start our week off. This Friday is our last Spirit Day for the month of May, so let's make it a good one. Come wearing school garments or our colors red and black. This is also next week will be the last day of library and reading counts, and also computer lab and chips and help. So next week, May 10th, is where that ends. So that'll be the last week for all of those things. Fifth graders, you're going to have your lunch over at the high school or the middle school to get ready, give you an idea of what that's like, and that'll be May 3rd. This week, we'll be also sending home our collection letters for the fun run that's coming up on May 16th, which is Field Day. So we'll be sending the letters home sometime with you this week to begin collecting funds for that, and that basically raises funds for our school so that we can do a lot of the fun events that we do here, like Father's Student Night, the Reading Late Night, the space trip, the Oreo Challenge, Grandparents' Day, things like that are paid for through donations that we collect through the fun run. So let's all participate in that if we can. Congratulations to Alexis Campos-Legos and Jake Rose. They're the winners of our 4th and 5th grade spelling bee, and they're going to be representing our school this Wednesday at Benjamin Franklin Middle School, competing against all the other schools in Porter County. Student Council, your Let's Make a Difference Day is coming up this Sunday. So there's more details in the newsletter about that, but basically we're going to be collecting things for housing enterprises this year. So it's basically like a scavenger hunt. So students, actually, if you hear a knock on your door, or you see someone from our school going around your neighborhood, that's student council members collecting items for housing opportunities for their Let's Make a Difference Day project. All right, Student of the Week. From Mrs. Higgins' class is Molly Watson for working hard to do her best and for being kind and a helpful friend. Mrs. Stoner is the whole class for representing WTS on their trip to VU. Mrs. Thomas is Grayson Trader for working hard on his subtraction time test. Mrs. Katuvas-Priwi is Emma Getchell for always being polite and using her manners. Mrs. Bales is Lexi Weyer for improved behavior. Mrs. Russell's Leah Rodriguez for outstanding work on her animal research and slide presentation. Mrs. Dibbles is Landon Shear for helping a student in another class. Mrs. Millers is Kathan Chronopoulos for helping Mrs. Evans in the art room. Mrs. Panthes is the whole class for doing such an amazing job on their NWEA and iReady tests. Mr. Chownings is Zach Sinise for improved responsibility. Mr. Lemke's is Kate Irvin for doing well on her Lesson 24 math test. Let's see, Mrs. Kriegers is Evan Enos. Mr. Roberts, Colton Boss. And Mrs. Zabrowski's is Connor Parks. Congratulations to you all. We have a couple of dumb jokes to start your week off. First from Miss Mary.
Why did the cartoon chicken eat a light bulb?
Why did the cartoon chicken eat a light bulb?
Because he wanted to have a good idea.
He wanted to have a good idea. And Lewis?
What did the eraser say to the talkative thumbtack?
What did the eraser say to the talkative thumbtack?
Yeah, you've got a point.
You've got a point. Thanks, and have a great week.